Bienvenidos Flippermaníaco, Flippermaníacas, a un episodio muy especial de Pincasters. Ya lo habéis visto en el título, pero hoy tenemos una invitada muy especial. Además, llevaba ya mucho tiempo queriendo hablar con ella, llevo mucho tiempo siguiéndola, pero antes vamos a saludar a quien tenemos aquí al otro lado, que también le veo ansioso. ¿Qué tal, Óscar? Bienvenido a un Pincaster especial.
Pues gracias por la bienvenida. La verdad es que sí, es un Pincaster especial. Siempre Pincasters mola, hablemos de lo que hablemos, pero cuando yo un invitado, en este caso invitada especial, aún más. Tenemos muchas preguntas que hacerle y más de uno probablemente si seguís gente de Estados Unidos que habla de pinball, como mínimo os sonará su cara y probablemente alguno estará suscrito a su canal. Ahora sabremos quién es.
Sí, vamos a hacer una pequeña transición, como siempre, pulsamos Start, vamos a ver un pequeño vídeo donde ya vais a descubrir quién es. Y bueno, ella ahora mismo vamos a decir que es una newcomer, por decirlo de alguna manera, pero ha tenido un crecimiento exponencial súper grande, ha estado en los últimos eventos de Stern, tiene un montón de vídeos, ahora vamos a contar un poquito su historia, tiene un estilo súper particular, que a mí personalmente me gusta un montón. Y bueno, si vamos a hacer la transición, vamos a pulsar Start y comenzamos y la tenemos aquí, la tenemos esperando. Venga, va.
Hi there, my name is Erika and welcome to my channel.
And yes, here we are with Erika from Erika's Pinball Journey. Welcome to your home. Please feel yourself at home. Pincaster, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we've been talking with our audience, a little bit of introduction to who you was, who you were, and you're a special, unique content creator within the pinball community. Okay, you began your pinball adventure. Let's start with your story, if you don't mind. Around 2022, when you, as most of us, bought your first pinball machine, like many others, as I said, and you fell deeply into this wonderful world of flippers and cymbal balls. You fell in love. And since then, you have combined your background as a filmmaker with your passion with pinball, and you bring us those videos, your travel stories, your interviews, your experiences, and the pinball culture to all over the world, not only in the United States. Your work not only entertain us, help us connect pinball communities worldwide, and we cannot wait till you tell us your story. Since you are still working now in your networks, you are starting a new adventure with Manu for Mystery Pinball 3K. We'll talk about this at the very end, and it's really cool. And I said we're going to tell the details. So it's a pleasure to have you here. So let's go for it. And our first question is, like my colleague was saying before, we are in Europe. This is Spain. We are really pleased to have you here. Is it your first time you're doing an interview or you're having any contact with the European community?
I would say this is my first interview with the European community. I have interviewed the European community, but I have not yet released that video.
Well, the European community is really growing. We are focused more in France, RBP France. We are here. We are two big channels, and we are growing a little by little. And we are trying to get closer to you guys because we love the way you live, the way you do your things. And let's see how you get into this world. When you get your first pinball machine, did you have any previous experience with arcades or with pinballs, or how you get into it?
Well, when I started with pinball, I remember playing pinball as a kid. I do remember like some memories at very specifically the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. I remember playing pinball there, like Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the Caribbean and maybe some other games that I can't remember. But I remember playing pinball very small. And then it kind of like left my life for many years. I didn't even think about it too much after that. I just remember that my siblings were mad that I was playing pinball at the arcade because it didn't get you any redemption tickets or tokens, right? So like they couldn't win the prizes if I was playing pinball. But I wanted to play pinball. I do remember that as well. And then I would say when I was like in my mid to early 20s, I started seeing pinball machines like at bars and theaters and different places. And it's sort of like, oh, this is cool. And I remember seeing a flyer for a pinball league But due to my freelance lifestyle, I was just like, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to make that on a Tuesday night. Like, and cut to, we got the pandemic, and it's 2022. I actually got slowed down my freelance life and went and got a still like film related. I got a corporate job like in a studio, so I started
Oh,
working
wow.
like in house
Mhm.
for a company, and from there I started having some more free time, and I was like, oh, I guess I should like get a hobby or something.
Yeah, too much
And
work, right?
yeah, and so then I like had a friend tell me he bought a pinball machine and he loved it. So I barely really played any pinball before buying my machine. Like I was looking up online, he told me about Pinside, so I was like all fascinated from Pinside and was looking there and shopping around, and then eventually I bought Lord of the Rings and I thought that was it. And so then yeah,
Yeah, it was a
then
trap. It was a
yeah, it was a
trap.
trap.
So
Then
was that your first machine, Lord of the Rings?
my first machine, Lord of the
Well,
Rings. Yeah, it's over there,
that's
unfortunately.
a good way to start. I would say it's one of the good ones, one of the
Can't shit.
wished ones, coveted. I would say even.
Oh man, I do recognize that as my first machine, not really knowing. Like I could see the pin side like top, 100 list, but I
Mhm.
wasn't like really like I didn't really understand it. I was like, okay, cool. So this is like what people have based off ratings, and I'm sure it's skewed. And now as I know, right, we know it's a little bit skewed sometimes, but yeah, I still think it's an amazing machine, and I don't want to let it go ever if I can help myself.
You were saying that you are not at home. You are at the basement of your parents. And actually, what happened to me is something similar. That when I started, I didn't have space. So my first two machines, I didn't have space to. So I left them. But in Barcelona, it doesn't have houses like in the USA. Well, there's houses, of
Yeah.
course, but the city center are flats, really small. So I put them in the entrance of my mother's house, and they stayed there for 1 year until I found space on my own to have them. And then my mother didn't want to give them back because she was playing for one
She was
year
playing.
and she got so good at it that she didn't want to give it back. So maybe it can happen the same to you, because that place is awesome, you know.
Yeah, no. I mean, my dad actually, some of these machines are my dad's now.
Oh, okay.
He has also, after I bought my first machine, he was like, "Oh, okay, maybe I want one," because he has a mechanical engineer background. So, he's retired now, which was also another reason why I felt like I could buy a pinball machine. Like, he's, I wouldn't have bought. I really would have probably thought of something different to get into if my dad wasn't a mechanical engineer and had that sort of background where I could feel like I could trust him to help me fix something. Otherwise, I probably would have been like, maybe I should pick a sport or something. I don't know, play pickleball.
How deep are you in terms of restoring or repairing machines? Because in some of the videos I see you at least cleaning and doing some stuff to the machines, but have you learned that too? Not just playing or.
Yeah, I've taken a class actually on how to fix EM pinball machines with Fun with Pinball. It's a really great site. It's run by Mark, and he is such a great teacher. And I learned how to solder and how to clean, clean parts of pinball machines. And I'm trying to think of the name. What is it? The contacts, right? You have to kind of like fix all of that for the older games, like the EMs behind me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I gotta like take care of the sing along I got.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think
Yeah,
of
we
what
should do
else.
that in
Yeah.
Spain because all the guys that got the knowledge are getting retired, and we are not,
Yeah.
like just passing the knowledge. So we are getting worried about that. So we
Yeah.
should do that.
Yeah, I think a lot about documenting things like that and figuring out like how do we like teach classes? Like, is there a way that someone can run a school, like a trades, like a pinball trade school of some sort? You know how you learn how to like do plumbing? Like, can we learn how to do pinball? But I do know
Mhm.
it's super niche and not everybody, most people I think are willing to share their expertise and they want games to be working. They want games to be fixed. I was just at, Texas Pinball Festival and they had a tech day that they built in to the plan. and it was like the best thing ever. I think honestly a lot more people, if they go to TPF, like they need to check out the tech day. You don't even need to bring a game to fix. Like you can just be there as a bystander and learn and like absorb all these things, because they brought some of the best techs out. Like some of the best techs in the US were there to like fix games and just help people get their stuff running.
I have the feeling that the ones in Spain who have that knowledge, they don't want to give it away somehow, because they have power. It's actually, you can count them, I wouldn't say with a hand, but really it's a handful of people who can truly have this experience, and you can trust that everything's going to be fine. So I guess a lot of people have learned by, just playing around with their own machines, sometimes doing it bad, sometimes good. But at the end of the day, it's like me personally, I've gone very far on the machines, but at a certain point, I need to call someone. There is no way. And don't even trust myself to play around with them. It can be worse.
Yeah, no, definitely. When I get like stuck ball, easy. Let's just move that thing. We got a stuck switch. I can kind of look for that but if the game is telling me what's wrong too, then I can be like, look it up in the manual, or if I don't have the manual for that game, I can find it online, right? And then you look at that, and I'm very grateful because I've been on this journey. I've met so many people that are just willing to help me and want to see me like succeed in pinball. So I can text like maybe 5 different people right now and be like, hey, this happened to my game, what do I do? And I would hear from somebody, which is I'm super grateful.
Nice. Robert, I'm sorry I got a little bit off the official track, but I really wanted to ask so many questions that will sure pop up.
No,
But
it's been fun. It's been fun.
Yeah, no, but going back to the main, and I'll try to stick to that, is one important question is your background is filmmaking, right? And a lot of questions regarding that. I mean, how did you transition? How did you change? Have you left completely filmmaking? What kind of filmmaking were you doing? Is this what you're doing right now, your full-time job, or you're doing something else? You're combining both things? I don't know, all that.
Yeah, so with filmmaking, I'm back into freelance. I actually left another job that I was at, working at another studio back in September of last year, and decided to go back into freelancing and working on commercials. That's a lot of what happens in the Bay Area, commercials, or if there's a TV show or like a movie coming into town, I can do that. So far, I've mainly just been doing commercials and events. And so, yeah, like I started off as like a production assistant. I went to school for film. I actually only have an AA in film production, so like an associate's degree, right, in film production. And I never got to finish my bachelor's because I was just working so much. Like I was just getting hired, and I was just like, I was on a movie, and then I was on a TV show, and then I was on a commercial. Like I was just like nonstop booked, and it was really awesome. And I did that for about 7 years, and I definitely thought a lot about my film career as I was going through it. For some period of time, I thought I wanted to be a DP, a director of photography. I thought I wanted to man the camera and just like get all the shots and make everything look cool. And I did that for a little bit, and then I realized that wasn't my passion. And then I thought to maybe be an assistant director, which is someone that helps like move production along and keeps you on schedule. And so I did a lot of days doing that. There's a thing here you can join called the Directors Guild of America, the DGA, and I highly considered joining that at one point. And I was like collecting my days. You have to do like 400 union days or 600 non-union days, and you put it all in a binder and you have to get it all approved. And it's a very long process, and getting those 600 days can be really tough because in the Bay Area where I live, movies will be here for like a week, 2 days, 3 days. It's not the whole film. So if I lived down, I definitely debated at one point moving to LA because that's where I could probably speed that up. And I almost did actually at one point, but then I got hired on a movie, and that was like a 3-month gig, and I was like, I can't moved to LA right now, and then from there I just kept getting busy with other things and traveling. And yeah, I do a lot of like more producer, production coordinator, production manager work right now. So it's mainly just like the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. Like I'm making sure that the camera people have their equipment that they need for the shoot and stuff like that, and that the crew is fed, that lunch is showing up on time, that we have our locations settled, that people know where they're parking, like whether it's me as a small team or I'm working with a bigger team where there's a locations manager and all sorts of different things. So.
Which is the most important project you've been involved as filmmaker in terms of advertising or movies? Is there something known, famous for whatever? If you can say, I mean, if you're allowed to say it.
Yeah, I would say you can find me on IMDb. I am on IMDb, and I didn't share it a lot in the beginning of my journey because, like exactly like my name. Now I'm like on Facebook. People see my name. It's not like it's really hidden anymore, right? Like I've had a lot of people find who I am. And yeah, I've worked on some, I would say, some big projects, but my biggest one that I'm really proud of I got to work on was Matrix 4. And that's that's all I really can probably share for that. But you can find me on IMDb and have some other fun credits.
Matrix would be a good pinball machine too.
Matrix would be a killer pinball machine. Actually, Manu has made one virtually, so you can play one from the
I'm in virtual pinball, and actually I know Manu personally. I met him in this trip last year when I was in San Francisco. I met him at the arcade, and there's a video on our channel where I get to interview him. Harry Potter had just arrived. It was 1 year ago, actually less than 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And I was following him since years because of the virtual pinball, and I played his Matrix pinball machine, and the virtual one. It's amazing. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
That machine, as it is, if it would be real, it'd be a hammer. It would be incredible.
Yeah, definitely. So I hope that someone, maybe something could happen with it. I don't know, but it's a really cool game. I'm glad you got to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, having all that, what's been your biggest personal challenge transitioning from filmmaker to pinball content creator? Because I remember your first videos in which you saw us that you spent like 4 hours, 5 hours, with your videos, where rendering the videos. It's like, I'm bored here. I remember those pictures. So, what's been your biggest personal challenge?
Yeah, like I'd say it's just me focusing on like one idea. It's just like I have so many different ideas, and like knowing when that is done, like when I've finished producing or producing some sort of clip or film, because there's so much that I enjoy about my craft, and like I think it's interesting because I not only have like pinball stuff in my feed, but I have my friends who are actually like working in the industry like as well, like in my feed, and that I see what they're doing and like all the wonderful, like amazing things. And it really inspires me. Like I'm more of like an inspired person. I know some people that I talk to, they're like, oh, I can't believe they worked on that project. I'm like, yeah, I can't believe they worked on that project. That's so cool. Like I know someone that just recently won an Oscar for their short film. So the film The Singers that came out, I know Sam Davis. I worked with him on some films that my friend made. And so it's just so cool to see people like in my world as well, like outside of pinball, like succeeding and doing creative stuff. And I think that's where I like have that challenge, is where I think of like, I don't feel like some of my videos or some of the things I do are good enough, because I want to be able to like reflect the kind of work that my peers are doing. And I think that's like the challenge, is knowing like when something's enough. Like I don't need something to be a full production value all the time, and in order for me to get content out faster, like I just need to be better at like just letting some of those things go and just releasing it, because that's probably my biggest my biggest challenge, because I have videos that I shot years ago that I haven't released, but now I have like a whole backlog, and I can like wait for timely releases instead for some of those things. So.
I mean,
I can say, sorry, Oscar, I can say you have improved a lot. I can see you spend a lot of time editing your videos, and they are really high quality. I can feel your touch, and that is something different from the other creators. And I can tell you that your videos are awesome, and you have improved a lot, and they are really, really special. You have that touch, that transitions that really, really, really make them different. I can tell.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I work hard to make sure they're cool.
Actually,
Yeah,
if
they
you
are.
look at your channel, you can see immediately that the videos are very diverse. You touch
Yeah.
different things. It can be reviews or reveals, interviews, trips, gameplays, whatever. How do you play around with all this? I mean, do you rotate, or you just depends on the moment, on the machine that's come out, your mood, your intentions? I mean, how do you decide which content, and how often do you do that? How many videos do you record and publish a week or a month or?
Yeah, I'm working on trying to release more than 2 long form videos a month. I was really slow last year. I actually I got surgery on my foot in 2025, like, or end of 2024, but like I went into 2025 in a lot of pain. So I was really slow. I only released like 4 long form videos last year, which this year I'm like, I'm on the mend. I'm feeling better. I'm able to go back to the gym, and I'm like doing my, my exercises. And it's I just like a lot of pinball. And so when it comes to like deciding the videos, I think it just depends on like where I'm at, who I've talked to, some like my recent video that I had with Andrew, he was just like, "Hey, I've seen your content. I really want to be able to provide value." And like he just has like his own, he has his own platform, but he felt like he wanted to contribute to like the way that I'm contributing as well, and being able to be like, "Hey, how can we reach more people with this message?" So I thought that was really cool, because yeah, I have people that reach out and they're like, "Hey, I have this really cool thing happening," or I'll go to a show. Like I try to do these 360 videos of these shows, because like I don't know what it is, but like when I watch those videos where people are just constantly panning around, I'm like, I'm not getting anything, or I feel like I'm not actually there. So I kind of like the 360, but I have been requested from some people if I can adjust to just show like one view as well, and it's hard. It takes a lot of time. Those videos are massive. They're like 150 gigabytes that I'm like uploading to the internet. So it's like,
Yeah, you did 2 videos. You did only 2 360 videos, if I'm not mistaken, right? 2 or 3, more or less, right?
yeah, I have a few. I have like some 360, like I have a tour actually of Jersey
Yeah,
Jack's factory,
yeah,
which I thought
correct.
was like awesome. And then I have like maybe 3 other ones, because I've done one with Manu where we went to the Pacific Pinball Museum's like warehouse. They did a sale
Yeah, in an
there.
expo. You got it in
Yeah.
some expo or in TPF, maybe?
Yeah, so I do have Expo and TPF, and I need to format them. So those videos, because they're such big locations, they're going to be big exports. But yeah, I have done some Expo and TPF. The Expo ones I'll probably release closer to Expo, so that it's more of like a timely release. But the TPF one is close to being done.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. And talking about the experiences you're saying, did you have any unexpected collaboration or experiences with the community or any creators, like you said, that left a strong impression on you?
Well, it's so crazy, because when I was getting into pinball, I remember going on YouTube, and I remember seeing Emoto from Marco Pinball, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, this is so cool. She's doing all these videos." And like I remember watching it to learn how to like, because when I bought my machine, I had no idea how to take the legs off, the balls out, like nothing. Like I just bought this like 300-pound mechanical box that I don't know anything on how to like take care of it or do things with it. So I really loved all those Marco videos, and it's been really amazing getting to work with Emoto, and the fact that she's like kind of like taking me in sometimes, and she's like, "Hey, we're doing the show," or I'll tell her I'm going to a show. She's like, "Oh, great. Do you want to come with us? And you can shoot some stuff." And I would say that one. I've met a lot of like celebrities, but the first time I remember meeting Emoto was at Golden State Pinball Festival. And I was like, remember being with my dad. I'm like, oh, Dad, it's her from the videos. Oh my God, she's here. Like, like the reason I know how to put legs on a machine, like the reason I know how to like lift a thing is like because of her.
This is one of the things that we like the most when we come to the US. We've been in Chicago a couple of times. Is that you not only it's like two stages. The first stage is exactly this. You get to see the designers and the people you've been following on internet for so long. Yeah. Which is amazing. But the most amazing thing is that 5 minutes later, you can be talking to them and you have the impression that they're like normal people who can talk to you normally, you know, and for you are like superstars. But I have the feeling that this is something that's great, at least in the US, that there is a good mood between the people, very open, very, you know, near. And that's I think it's fantastic. It's amazing.
Yeah, I would say like a lot of pinball people are incredibly approachable. Like I think you just need to say hi. Like, yeah, it's so cool and it's fun. Like I've been stopped a handful of times and people will say hi and that really makes my day. I'm like,
now it's
so
you.
Cool.
Now it's you when they see you. Hey, that's the one in the video. Now it's you.
Yeah, some people I feel like they just like stare at me for a while and then I don't like I'm not sure if they're staring at me because like they recognize me from somewhere or if they're just staring because like maybe I got something on my face, but definitely say hi. Like that's the preferred route of like, oh yeah, I recognize you, good job, you know, or like fun stuff. Yeah,
I think US is in another level. I mean, the amount of there's critical mass, a lot of it. I mean, pinball is Americana completely, but the people that it's moving, the companies there, the hobby, it's amazing. So it's really like it's still underground and it's still niche, but it's huge compared to other countries. So there is all these people pushing, and that's super great.
Yeah, because I mean it makes sense to me in the way where it's like it's being built here the most. I think if you guys had more pinball being built and had like that, I think that would probably be helpful because the shipping and everything, right? Like that becomes a whole other thing. Like when you guys get a game, like I have pinball privilege where like I'll see a game come out and I'll get to like play it within like the next like 3 months or something of when they talk about the release. Like that's probably I feel for you guys in your wait times. You just have to fly to the US, I guess, to play a game if you want to get to it first.
Yeah, and prices, you wouldn't believe it. I mean, when we are in the US, and of course prices have gone up, that's clearly everywhere in the world. There's inflation everywhere, that's clear. And pinball inflation, it's also an important issue. But whatever you see in the US, imagine the cost of shipping and VAT, you know, the taxes. So when you really finally get to pay the machine, it's way more than the prices you have in the US. So when we are there and we see the prices in the expos, this machine sold by we go like, I mean, I wish I had a boat and a van and I could take them with me, you know, because in Spain are way more expensive. But okay.
I could only imagine.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, going back to the list, let's say. One question is, I mean, after so many years and so many streamers, so many videos on pinball, we've been talking about many, many things. But you think there's still something we are kind of missing? Something that we haven't, or a certain approach maybe, or something that it's still weak in? There's like typical thing, gameplays or unboxings or stuff like that. Is there anything that you think that could be done more or better, or I don't know, or it's not been done yet? Something or
I mean, I think that it's just like more people from different outlooks of life joining pinball, and I think that's kind of like what I saw. Like I was watching YouTube and I was like, oh, like where's the like fun video where the guy makes some random person like play a pinball machine or something? Like I was like, who's the Mr. Beast of pinball, right? Like or like who's the different type of top YouTubers like that have these like, I put a pinball machine in a boat and this is what happened, or I don't know, like not that I think that that's entirely like what pinball's missing, but I think that just like different people, just different outlooks, and I don't know, I think that pinball's community, this is a tough question, because I think everyone's trying to solve it. right? Or people that want to grow this hobby or community, right? Like they all think about what do we need to do to like let more people know that this is a cool thing to do. And I mean, some people are really happy where pinball's at and they're like, I don't want anyone else in. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like you don't want to show other people? Like for me, like I find it incredibly important to like try to encourage more women to play. And like just getting that kind of community built. And being that kind of face, because yeah, when I started my channel, it was mainly because I didn't see like a lot of women making like pinball content. Like I saw Emoto, I saw Pinball Jen, and maybe I would see some stuff from like, I think eventually me and Aaron kind of started our pinball journey around the same time. Aaron Anthony. Winnick Anthony, and she's great. She does a lot of like, she does space and she does pinball. And yeah, I think that I was just like not seeing all of that as much as I thought I could. Nudges, what's that? Hot Nudge, they're on Twitch. They're a full female team that streams, and I think they're like them, the only like
good players and very good players.
Yeah, they're great players, and I think they might be the only Twitch channel that is just solely like female driven pinball Twitch channel. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that we just make more relatable. Like I'm trying to add more of like what's happening now, like what is related to today, and like how do I bring pinball into that conversation. Like recently, like it was Easter, so I was like, okay, what Easter things have happened with pinball? Like, this is Easter a popular theme for pinball? Not really. But also like the Super Bowl, I like looked up like football pinball machines and found out that like the NFL machine only has like 400 copies, and like that's just some fun stuff. And I also did like some research about like how many Super Bowl like the chances of Benito, the chances of Bad Bunny getting a pinball machine, right? And so I looked at the statistics of like how many Super Bowl performers have a pinball machine, right? Like how many of the artists that have performed at the Super Bowl have a machine. And it's
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, like I just looked up like Super Bowl art, like performers, like who's the main act, right? And you had I want to say AC/DC was one on the list that has a machine, and then you have man, I can't remember the list too much right now, but I just remember that it was like maybe 5 artists that have performed at the Super Bowl have a pinball machine. So the chances of Benito getting one is kind of slim at this point. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think that would
actually
be
in line with what you were saying at the beginning. I like very much the video that I think I saw it this morning from Stern/Jack Danger, where they put machines all over Key West, you know, in different locations. I'm sure you've seen it. It's great because, you know, Key West, you know, they like to party and stuff, and they play different stuff in different places, and they placed 5 or 6 machines in 5 or 6 venues, and it was great because they were very integrated with the mood and what they were doing in Key West. And that's a great way, I think, to, again, what you were saying, explaining it to the people, but really integrating it to the to that location, you know. So it was great.
Yeah, just like you know, bringing it to the people. And I do recognize it's hard. Like I do think of pinball as like it's a privileged hobby, because these machines are expensive and you have to have like an arcade that is willing to have them, you know, and there is a lot of maintenance. They, you know, like there's a lot of things with it, but we just love it so much. So, you know, I'm willing to support. I love so many arcades. It's well, I think we'll figure it out. I have some fun ideas, hopefully, that will come out soon too. That might be some community building stuff, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, yeah, I guess you have answered like the next 2 questions at once.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But let's talk about now pinball regarding business. What do you think, or what are your thoughts about the growth of pinball regarding in business? I mean, to a lot of manufacturers, a lot of new pinball machines. Every 2 or 3 months, we got a new release, etc., etc. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's great. I love that there's so many new pinball options out there, and that you can just like, there's there's so many that got released last year. There's like 13 machines. That's like more than one
Crazy.
machine a
It's
month,
crazy. Yeah.
And so I think it's great that pinball is like reaching all these new places, and like I think the themes really are what are bringing people to, though. Like I do enjoy an original theme, but like
Mm.
Pokemon, right, is huge
Mhm.
for pinball right now. I think that the amount of
Mm.
kids that I see playing this game, like this is their pinball moment. This is where they are like,
Mhm.
oh, like I like this. This is fun. Like maybe, and then maybe they want to play another game and they want to do another thing, and it's super cool. I think yeah, I'm all down for it. Like more games. Let's go. More, there's some new companies. You
Mm.
got Barrels of Fun that's doing some really cool stuff.
Mm.
You have I think Pedretti's got something else coming out soon too. I think they're kind of
Mhm.
located, they're European.
Yeah, in Italy.
Yeah.
They're in Italy, close,
Italy.
not close to a city called Bergamo, and yeah, we have in mind also because we are friends with the Spanish distributor of, well, of both distributors. One, there's like Stern is like one, and the other one is the rest of the companies, let's say.
Okay.
And yeah, we've been into Dutch pinball, and we're trying to visit the ones that we more or less have close to us, but
Yeah.
nothing compared to the US, of course, of course.
Oh
And
yeah. No,
mhm.
definitely.
Have you played
Gotta get
any European machine? I mean, have you played
um
Extra or Pedretti, or have you played any?
Yeah, I've played Pedretti's
Mhm.
Funhouse and
Mhm.
their Whirlwind, right? They did the
Yes.
2.0
Yeah,
kit.
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, so
mhm,
I've played both of those. And then I mean, I've played Pinball Brothers
yeah.
Predator. I brought that
Mhm.
out with Fast Pinball to Pinball Expo last year. We road tripped out to Pinball Expo with some homebrews and the Predator in the the car. So that was, or the truck. That was fun. We were towing that, and we did a little pop up actually at Electric Bat. They're great there too, and
Mhm.
we brought that game out to them. Yeah, I've played a few, and then I've even last year I was actually even in Europe, and I played pinball a little bit because I was there only for one day in Dublin, in
Mhm.
Ireland. So I like
Mhm.
found a place real quick, and I think I left one of my stickers somewhere over there. And then I also played in London at the Pinball Republic.
Mhm.
And they had just finished the UK Open. So, well, I hadn't really played, but I was there. So I have that
Mm.
tour that I hope to release soon, and along with the talk that I got to have with them.
I mean, hearing you, and going back a little bit to the filmmaking thing. I mean, maybe you've been involved, or maybe you will be involved. But imagine no. So my question would be, wouldn't it be nice if you would be involved in the video of a launching of a machine, like for example, when Jersey Jack presents, I don't know, Guns N' Roses. They make these amazing videos. Stern does too. But Jersey Jack, for example, that's like a little movie, even like
Yeah.
explaining the featurettes, things like that. Would you like to be involved in a project like that? Wouldn't it be great? I mean, filmmaking and pinball coming together fully.
Yeah, like I think that would be really cool. I would say that like my skills would be like more producing it than probably filming it for them, because like
Mm,
I would
I would.
know I wouldn't feel like I could justify it by myself like as a small team, but I'm
Mm,
sure like I do know after watching many pinball trailers and videos like what I personally would do to like kind of help highlight things. I do recognize some like really try to show some gameplay, but I feel like some of them even miss it where I'm like that was too fast. Like I need to like I understand you want to make it flashy and stuff. I don't know. There's ways that I think about it. I would love to. I would absolutely love to make a trailer for a
mhm.
pinball machine. That would be sick. I would get the right team for it too. I got some connections. I actually had the idea to, with some friends, shoot trailers for pinball machines that never got one.
Mm,
So, like, the internet and the way that videos get made, like, not I don't feel like there's like a video release like there is for, Avatar had this amazing
Yeah,
video release for it.
it's
And then,
amazing.
Ralph and Mason did a really great job on the Harry Potter release as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
And like it's it feels like Stern also has like a formula. Like they know what works for them. They have the black room, they get the one person to play, you get the thing. And I think a lot of other companies see that and they like want to emulate it. And I think that that's the best way, I think, to get like straightforward to somebody. But I would be interested to connect with my filmmaker friends and see like what they would do. Not showing them a pinball trailer ever, right? I would like have like, you don't get to see what one actually looks like. What would you do to help me with this machine? Because now I've kind of like, I have to like untrain my mind for pinball all the time now. Because when I was first on this journey, I was like, oh my God, I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that. And I'm like going through and I'm like learning all these things. And now I'm 4 years in and now I know a lot. And now I'm like really obsessed. And I have to often ask the people close to me, like, hey, like, does this make sense? And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. What do you mean the flipper goes to the thing with the slingshot? Like, drop catch? I don't know what that is, Erika. So like, it helps me like reground me to bring me back to like, okay, like, how do I get back to those pinball roots to like being somewhere? So yeah, I think about that. Maybe I went a little off there, but yeah.
Nice.
So you have a lot of storytelling that you were saying right now. You have some videos of adventures in the oven, but is there any epic trip or legendary pinball location that is still on your bucket list or your to-do list?
Oh yeah, I really want to go to like all the pinball mega centers, basically everywhere that has like more than 100 pinball machines. There's probably like 10 locations. I really want to go to Next Level out in Portland. It's not even that far from me if I consider the trip. I road tripped to Texas, which was like 24 hours, and I think Next Level is like 15 hours from me. So I'm able to do that sort of trip. I also want to see Pastimes out in Ohio, Rob Burke's new spot.
Yeah.
That place looks amazing.
Me too.
Yeah, and Pinball Hall of Fame, I hear like the mixed reviews. I still want to see it. I've been to Vegas many times and just never stopped at that part of the strip. So that would be cool. I really want to go to Fort Wayne, out in Indiana. I think that one is cool. Yeah, some of these like the new place that just opened up too. The
Under the Glass.
Under the Glass. Well, does that have like 100 games? That's New Jersey. That looked cool. Yeah, like Nap Arcade
That
shared
looks
that.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
speakeasy approach, let's say. They don't have
Yeah,
new machines are coming in. They're not gonna have 100, but it's the way they have them.
yeah,
Like premium with all the decoration around it. A lot of
yeah,
jerseys, I would say.
yeah,
Not so many Sterns or none, but
yeah,
I don't know. But looks super cool.
yeah, yeah. No, that place looks cool. And then, yeah, you
I'd
have
go
the
crazy.
new place that
I would
opened.
go crazy. I mean, we're in Spain and we go crazy, and we dream of going to the US as many times as we can. If I would
Yeah,
be living in the US, I'd be on the road all day long, or flying, because I would be like, come on, in only 5 hours I have this, and 10 hours that, and I'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
yeah. No, it's definitely. I love the idea of doing more pinball arcade road trips. So like going on the road and going to different places and like creating routes. I'm even like, debating finding a way to like create a route and like partner with like hotels or something along the way that pinball people like, here's the path from here to here. And these are the hotels you can tell that you're doing the pinball journey and sort of thing. Yeah. Lots of ideas. Just need to execute them. It's just hard. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, and when you're done, you can come to Europe and check the places.
Yeah, you guys have like I did 2 trips last year because my parents brought me on a cruise through the Panama Canal, and so I actually played like the one game in Panama. They really don't have a lot down in South America when it comes to pinball. But yeah, in Europe though, when I stopped in London, yeah, they've got some pinball out there, and in I think I stopped in Norway as well. There's a huge spot in Norway. I'm half Swedish, so I'm half Swedish and half Brazilian. So my father is Swedish and my mother is Brazilian. And like I know out in Sweden there's actually like quite a bit of like a pinball scene, because some of even the top players
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Swedish. So that's pretty cool.
Erika is a famous name in Sweden, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a Swedish friend called Erika, actually. So
Oh yeah.
so
So a lot
now
of
it makes sense. It makes sense.
yeah, with my last name too, it's like Smith. So it's like I think
Yeah.
last I checked, it was like the 9th most common last name. So typically when people search me up, it takes a little time, unless we have mutual friends.
Before I make you the next question, which is going to be the typical question, like, I don't know if to phrase it like which machine has impacted you the most, or which are your podium of machines, not just the ones you have, but if you could like put a podium of the top 3. I know it's impossible. There are so many. They're so nice, so many eras, so many moments. But before that, so I give you some time to think. What do you think it's that makes pinball so cool? What drives people crazy about pinball? Why is it so addictive and people go so when you get into it? Because the thing is, you know it or you don't know it. But the moment you know it, the chances you get hooked to it are very high. So what is it? What is it in your opinion?
I think it's that kinetic feeling that you have with this machine, right? Like I think it's somewhat like a controller, like, you know, in a video game you can move yourself, but like this is like you're actually like hitting something and making it move and making other things move. I think for me that's like the big thing. I think that's why Medieval Madness, right, is such a powerful game, because you have the castle in the back and it just shakes and everyone's like, oh man. Like I think that one is definitely like a pinball moment game where you're like, oh, that was for me like really too what unlocked. Like I was like, oh, pinball's really cool. Like there's all this like cool mechs and stuff. It kind of like ties in with some science, you know, like you get a little stem in a box. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just think that it's just playing the game. I know for some people it connects more than others. I've tried to get my mother to play a bit more, but she's just she just hits both at the same time. So
To me, is the satisfaction of doing the right shot. I mean, actually, when you play pinball, if you don't improve, you get to a point where you sometimes leave it because it's frustrating. It can be very frustrating. But the moment you get a little bit better and you start doing the shots and you see the ball rolling, doing the orbit, going through the ramp, you go like, oh, look at that. It's fantastic. You know, and that is something nothing else can replicate. You know?
yeah, when you make that shot. My favorite shot to make is on Toy Story 4, the Duke Kaboom shot. If you can like make
I
my
have it.
gosh.
It's here. It's in my collection. I love that machine.
Yeah, that game is so fun. That's probably
Did you
one of
try No Good Gopher's Jump? It's almost the same, but it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, No Good Gophers is also like a solid jump. Oh man. Oh,
Yeah, Pad
some of
Lover.
those
We
ones.
love Pad Lover.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even now on Portal, the P3, the Portal game has a
P3,
really great jump with the faceplate.
So, okay, I mean, just not a podium, but at least if like this, like mention 3 machines you would love to have right now in your collection.
Oh, well, 3 that I would love that I don't currently have, because I love my Lord of the Rings. Like I do think about how solid of a game it is and how easy it is to follow, and like that. Like I love the movies. Of my letterboxed 4, Fellowship of the Ring is 100% on that list. And man, it's so hard. I really do love Elton John from Jersey Jack with Steve Ritchie. That game is one of my favorite games to play. And right now, you know, I'm also really digging John Wick. Like I really like playing that game. I think the code is really improved. So Elton John, John Wick, Lord of the Rings, I guess.
Hobbit?
That's it.
Hobbit?
I don't know about Hobbit. I thought of getting a Hobbit at one point to like, you know, complement Lord of the Rings, but it's such that one I don't get the same feeling. I didn't connect to Hobbit the way that I've connected to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
It's still a fun
quite
game.
different. Yeah, it is. It's
But
maybe quite slow, but it's different.
Yeah, there's something about seeing Samwise Gamgee and Frodo trying to get the ring. And when you're at the end, you know, you're like he's like yelling, and you have Smeagol and him fighting over it. I'm like, oh.
You
when
think
you
at one
destroy
point
the ring.
we're gonna get to see a remake of Lord of the Rings? You think it's gonna
I
happen?
mean, if Pokemon has been this successful, maybe Stern can like,
Hmm.
because you know, Pokemon's one of the biggest IPs in the world. I think, if
Yes,
not
it is.
the biggest IP in the world.
Yeah.
Then maybe that would
Hmm.
be, if they made a remastered version of Lord of the Rings, that would be really that's gonna
Hmm.
take a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would love it. I would, yeah, 100%. Let's do it. Let's put the clips up, and
Yeah.
let's make the LE have the rings and the speakers, and play some
Yeah. No, the ideas
music.
are endless. Yeah. I mean, the key
Yeah.
thing would be to get movie clips, of course. You know, from the
Yeah.
original movies. That'd be massive. Absolutely
Yeah.
massive. But
Yeah, because I even have apparently I like learned later there's Arwen. She's like Liv Tyler, right, in the
yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
There's a small plastic on the left side of the playfield, and not all of them have her on it, because I guess like that they lost, or there's something
Hmm.
with the rights with her. So when they
Hmm.
made more plastics, they made that same plastic, but it just doesn't have her on it. And I remember I actually have two. I have mine that I bought has her on it, and then there was a guy on Craigslist selling a bunch of Lord of the Rings plastics, like as a set, and then I bought that as like a backup for myself, because I was so new to pinball that I was just like, oh, I should probably have this, right? I should have backups of all the plastics. And so I
Hmm.
bought like all these backup plastics for Lord of the Rings, and I have another copy of her, so that was kind of fun. Yeah.
So, talking about feedback, you were saying about feedback. How about you? I mean, you're everywhere. People love you, love your content. You're really close to the community and to the people. What's the most meaningful feedback you've received from your audience?
Oh, yeah, I think that when people just say that they really enjoy the videos, and that they have a fun time watching them, I'd say, I mean, some of the really cool things, yeah, is where people are like, where people really stop me. Like, they'll really stop me to tell me how much it means to see what I'm doing. I have a handful of like, I want to like call them my grandpas or something, but I have like this group of like older men that I like play a lot of pinball with, and they're all like, man, you're so cool. I wish my daughter was as into pinball as you are, because like this is so fun. Thank you for sharing these newer stories with me, and it just feels really fun to just interact with the whole community, really. Like, I have had very few bad interactions with people, and I feel very grateful for that, because I do know that can be tough out there sometimes. But yeah, I would just say that I just really glad that people like the stuff that I'm making.
Nice.
So
I think we mentioned this, especially in the US, the nice collaboration you have in the community at all different levels, you know. But I mean, I would ask you, how would you encourage, or which advices would you give to somebody young who maybe discovered pinball and would like to join the community? Is there some advice you would like to give? I mean, after these 4 years of experience, the things you've done right, the things that you could have done better, some advice, something like that.
yeah, like the advice I would give to new content creators is, yeah, just like find what you like about pinball, and post about it, and then you'll find the right people, you know. I think that when it comes to content, you should also enjoy like what you're doing. I do know, like in the beginning, I know a lot of people were really excited when I joined the space, and I think I said yes to too many things at once and like really overwhelmed myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I just felt this like want to like really help share pinball and do all these things. And I'd say just, yeah, take your time and figure out where in pinball it is that you like to to be. There's so many things to cover. I'm now getting more into virtual pinball myself, even like pinball games, more of like not just like playing pinball virtually, but like games that provide a pinball aspect. Like I'm finding all these like roguelike games to play pinball in, and I think that's really fun. And that's not something I've explored yet on my channel, but there's always growing. There's always room for growth, and I would just say like, yeah, follow your passions. And if you're really passionate about pinball and you want to talk to more people about pinball, there are people that want to talk about pinball. I can assure you that. The people that I talk to maybe on a daily basis or weekly basis about pinball is a lot. So and I'm always open, if you want to learn some new things, or if you're looking for some tips and tricks. CapCut is such a great editing app. I really wish I had it in college when I was editing my films. It would have saved me so much time on like graphics and green screen. I have rotoscoped scenes and have taken days to like cut a person out for a whole thing. So it's just like all power to you with the apps now, and the new DJI mics. Like it's so much easier to become like a content creator these days. Like I would say the barrier to entry isn't as hard. Like you can find mics whether they're DJI or not. Like there's a bunch of mics for like I bought, actually crazy enough, these like DJI minis for like $80. So I bought these as like backup mics. And I don't know. I think that if you want to join the world of content creation, feel free to join it. It can be a lot of work though.
It is work.
Yeah, it is work. And like I'd say, yeah, just depending on how you want to go about it. Because for me right now, I'm kind of like shifting in my content where I've had I'm really grateful because now I do social media actually for an arcade because they loved my content. They saw all the things I was doing and they're like, we'd love for you to do this for us too. And so I actually like do that as like a side hustle kind of in a way, maybe like a side gig. And so the Rewind Arcade, shout out to them. They're in Sebastopol, California. And that same business, the owner, Adam, he's also ventured into selling pinball now. Like he now sells Stern and Barrels of Fun machines. He's now a dealer for them. So it all grows, and I'm happy to grow with them because it's definitely been an experience where like I'm learning all these new things. I would say in my filmmaker days, like I wasn't really like a social media, like I consume a lot of social media, but it wasn't something that like I focused on in my craft because I was more like working on films and sets, and it's yeah, but it's a lot of work. definitely a lot of work, but figure out what it is that you want to talk about, and it'll all be okay.
Yeah, we got like 5 videos there. We don't know. We are talking every day. When are we going to launch this? When are we going to release it? We got a gameplay here. We need to launch it before the end of the month because we have an expo, etc., etc. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's fun. It's fun, man. But it's
fun.
crazy at sometimes.
It's deadlines. Yeah, and I think it just also depends on how you. Another way, if you want to join content creation, understand that there is now a new way that you will enjoy pinball, but also interact with it. I have a lot of people that ask me, "Oh, are you coming to this tournament?" And I do know you can be a tournament player and make content. I just personally don't do tournaments really anymore. Like it's so hard for me to spend all that time, and I want to like capture it and be like, "Oh, this is what it was like." But then that's also not where my channel is going. I'm not talking about tournaments specifically on my channel. So for me, I'm trying to get some of these other things out. Like I want to give tours of arcades, and I want to show what expo's like. I want to give a recap. I want to talk to you about what it's like going to a pinball show, so yeah, there's so many avenues. Sorry, maybe I just went off on a tangent there, but there's a lot to absorb with pinball, and I think it depending on which way you want to go about it. But I'm always down to give advice, and I don't know.
Yeah. So let's talk about your projects and your future. Let's talk about this new podcast with Manu. What it's all about, how it got created, what its name. We know the first episode is live. You can check it in YouTube. So let's talk about it. Tell us something about it. We know that Manu is a really good guy. He's awesome. He knows a lot about pinball, but how this happened?
Yeah, so me and Manu, I do a lot of little things with Manu when it comes to pinball. Like we became friends through, oh man, I want to say that there was a pinball person that connected us, and then we started talking, and then we've just been friends ever since. And on Wednesdays, I go to a pinball league at Free Gold Watch, and
Mm.
Manu lives really close by, and he actually helps maintain the games there.
Yeah.
So sometimes I plan to get to Free Gold Watch earlier or before I go there. I go see Manu at his place and I play his P3 because that was like a big thing too, is that he had a P3 and I really wanted to play one, and so I connected with him and we played Multimorphic together. And so now usually before league night I'll go visit him, and it's boba day, so he does boba with his son, so we go get boba and then we like play some pinball and then we just talk pinball, like we just talk about everything pinball. And then I was like, I think we were both just like, should we like share this? Like, should we share these talks with other people, because there's just so much. And like, I'm always like bugging him about these ideas and these new things, and he's like, you just needed another creative outlet, Erika. So it just kind of started on a whim. It's kind of like an April Fool's joke in a way too. Like I was like, oh, it'd be funny if we like released a trailer on April Fool's, because then like if people weren't excited for it, we don't have to release it. But then we got some comments and some people are like, no, this has to be real. Like don't this isn't a joke, right? So yeah, we just started it because we just love talking about pinball together and we just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you tried the first time when you guys visit Stern, if I'm not mistaken. You recorded a video together talking about the place, and I guess that was some kind of introduction for this, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we both got invited to like Jersey Jack for the Avatar release, and so I had yeah, kind of started talking with Manu, doing more stuff with him there. I really like collaborating with him. He's just so easy to work with, and he's so well spoken. I think that he has been doing this for a really long time, and so he's the one that's helping with the conversations a bit more than myself. But yeah, I would say definitely, yeah, from Jersey Jack till now, and we just have a lot of fun together. Because he's local to me too, it's like something we can easily communicate on the same time zone and frame and all that. So we're both freelancers now too, so like our schedules can line up. So he freelances and does a bunch of editing, and then I freelance and just take on random commercial gigs at the moment, and along with pinball gigs actually. So yeah.
Nice. And Erika, looking a little bit into the future, let's say 2-3 years, maybe 5. I mean, what is it looking to the future? You think it seems to be more exciting about pinball? You expect any changes, any improvements, any new technologies? Something has not been done yet. Maybe with the AI, augmented reality, I don't know, video integration, I don't know, mixing VR, I don't know. There's still a little, I have the feeling that pinball has been progressing, but it's quite conservative in a way, in terms of pinball sizes, how the pinball looks like, the cabinet and the back glass and the back box and everything. And technology is coming, but it seems to be a little bit slow compared to the possibilities or the potential, no? You expect any major changes? Something that excites you in the future? Have you thought about that?
Well, I think it'd be cool if there was like a VR added aspect that you could do for a machine, like put on some glasses. Like let's say you step up to Jaws, you put on the glasses, you still see the machine, but like around you, you're like in an ocean or something, or on the boat. I don't know. Like that's kind of cool stuff.
Even in the playfield, there could be some augmented reality, some things going on, like these virtual pinballs that they have some stuff that cannot be replicated in real life. But with VR glasses, it could be possible to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think VR pinball has that. I don't know. I think definitely some new mechs of some sort. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's why I'm not hired to go design games. But that's hard to say. I think that there are so many cool different things people are discovering all the time, and like definitely with the way technology is advancing, for better or for worse, some things are being found out. It's hard to say. I don't know. I think pinball's good the way that the size is, but I do know it takes up a lot of room. I don't think we're going to be getting like the future of pinball isn't like Varcon 2.0 where everything's just like in a arcade cabinet box, right? That's not as satisfying. Yeah, that's hard to say. 2 to 5 years from now, pinball. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what they come up with and how they change the game. I think I would love to see all the companies have some sort of leaderboard connectivity. That would be great. A way where you can, I know Scorebit is working on that, and if you get Scorebit into your game, you can have all that connectivity. And if everybody could get on board with that, that would be pretty cool, because yeah, just like a whole leaderboard being much bigger than just Stearns is dope.
We'll see Jersey Jack, because they were on Scorebit a few years ago. Then they cut it, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 3 years ago, and something has to be brewing somewhere, because Insider Connected is completely rolled out and it's a success. And I think not only Jersey Jack, the others, I think they have to do something on that sense.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. I do see that, because they're a bit smaller of companies, though. When you only have 500 of Winchester, right? Then like only so many people get to participate in that, and like 1,000 Beetlejuices, and Stern is like thousands of games. Like they just crank stuff out. They're not even, every other company really isn't, I think, even no one else outputs the way that Stern outputs, right? So it's hard to say, but it would be cool. I would love to see any sort of other additional connectivity for games. It's hard to say, but we'll see what happens, I guess. I'm here for
Jack
it.
registered Jack in the Box recently, if I'm not mistaken. Do you remember that, Oscar? They registered Jack in the Box or something like that.
Yeah. Jersey Jack has a code name for that. It's called they registered Jack in the Box, and they say this is the new Insider connector for Jersey Jack, that it's like the code name for that. If that's true, we don't know, but something's gonna come. My guess is this October in the Expo there might be something coming up. Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
We'll see.
Expo's a great time to release something new.
It's the time, I would say.
Yeah.
And Erika, any theme that you're missing, something you would like to become a pinball machine? Well, Matrix maybe because of your background, but anything else you go like, this would be a theme they're missing, please do it.
Oh man, it's hard to say, because there's a lot of things that I love that I know that aren't going to be made just because of like the IPs they're connected to. I really love some more anime themes, honestly, with Pokemon. Like I'd be down. Let's play some Attack on Titan. I don't know about Akira. I haven't actually watched that movie yet, but I like Attack on Titan. I like there's a show I'm watching right now, Don, but I don't know, all these like niche anime things that I'm more into.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. I'd love any Studio Ghibli film, but I know they're never gonna do those. That's not gonna happen.
Well, Pokemon is a start. Pokemon is a start.
Pokemon is the start, because I mean, you have the new live action Avatar: Last Airbender and the live action One Piece, so there's room for growth there. I don't know, we'll see, but
I think Mario it's gonna come too, because if Pokemon it's being successful, Mario should be the next one. It's huge too. More kids,
the new films, more kids and more people, like, and even adults, like, we all grew up with these sorts of things, so it's the nostalgia factor, I think, that really grabs a lot of people with pinball, and like that feeling of remembering good times and remembering something that brought you so much joy. And that's why I love so many pinball machines based off of movies, because I feel like I get to experience them again, but like in a more like pocket size, and be like, oh, now I want to watch that again. I'd love a Fifth Element pinball machine. If someone wants to make Fifth Element a pinball machine, 100%.
Barrels. When they present, you remember, no? When they had this labyrinth thing, there was the helmet of Fifth Element hanging somewhere up there as a sign. We'll see.
We'll hope.
Yeah, now that we're getting closer to a more personal Erica, let's talk about it. You told me that you were getting into languages, you were learning Spanish, but now we'll talk about that later. What are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time apart from anime and pinball?
apart from it, apart from pinball, yeah, I mean, I watch anime. That's
Uh-huh.
another thing I do. And I do a lot of like, I guess I've been doing some more film photography. And I have been. It's so hard with my hobbies. I play a lot of board games. I like board games with my friends.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying some other video games on the Steam Deck. And I don't know. I'd say like a lot of my hobbies just like are hanging out with people and just like spending time. And there's a lot of pinball in my life, that's for sure. But yeah, when I'm not playing pinball, I'm down to play some board games. Um, I've been trying to go to the gym a lot more now that my foot's better. So moving towards that. So, yeah, there's so much pinball in my life. It's so hard because even when I'm out and I'm like doing like a thing where I'm like gonna try a new place, like I'll find pinball. Like pinball always finds me.
Yeah, it's a healthy obsession, but it's an obsession,
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we would have unlimited budget and unlimited space, it would be crazy. We would like to have all of them. You know,
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's just so fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'm getting into a bunch of new things, and I just enjoy just having a good time with people, especially right now. I think connection is something a lot of people are really like wanting more of, right? And we were so isolated for so long with COVID and stuff, and now it's been a while, but like I think that finding your people and finding the people that you want to spend time with and make memories. And I want to travel more. I do like to travel. That's like, if that counts as a hobby.
Yes, yes, it does.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
absolutely. Yeah.
Pinball
Yeah,
traveling
so-
is great. I try to do
Yeah.
it as much as I can too. And if you come to Europe, there are really some nice spots. I mean, I don't know, in Budapest or in Krakow and in Poland. I don't know, in Amsterdam. Everywhere you find nice places. We are less on arcades, but we are more on museums there because there's a lot of history, and these places normally are really, they have a very nice touch. You know, they are very nice. So if one day you come to Europe, let us know. Maybe we can help you.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I was just my parents are heading out to Barcelona soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they'll be going out. They invited me to come, but I have too much going on. And unfortunately won't be joining them this cruise. They're both retired now. They both really love cruising, so they're gonna be gone for a little hot minute. So
Nice.
So I gotta say the time has come, Erica. So let's talk about your Spanish. We always do the same thing to our guests to say a sentence, which is hello. I'm in this case Erica from Erica's Pinball Journey, and you're watching Pincasters, but that in Spanish. Do you feel encouraged enough to do so? How's your Spanish?
my Spanish has not been as good as I thought it could be. Yo no habla mucho. Mi español es mucho mal. Because I'm thinking Portuguese. Like I think a lot.
Yeah,
I get
similar.
because I speak some Portuguese from my mom's side, and I get that confused a lot when I'm speaking. So I do like a weird jumble of it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can try.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost the same. You can say,
Yeah.
hola, soy Erika from Erika's Pinball Journey y estás viendo Pincasters.
Estás viendo Pincasters. You're watching Pincasters.
Oh, estás viendo. Okay, so hola, yo soy Erika.
Yeah.
Good.
Tú estás
Viendo?
viendo Pincasters.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
So, but would you be able to do it in Portuguese? Say it in Portuguese.
Eu estou Erika. Vocês, I didn't say watching. Vocês viu Pincasters.
Good.
I'll say. I have to. I'm really bad at the tenses. like knowing like before and after and like during, like I'm seeing or I saw, right? Like when it comes to that.
Oh,
But,
muito bom, muito bom.
muito bom,
Muito
sim.
bom.
Yeah.
Muito bem,
Eu
muito
falo
bem.
pouco português, mas eu
Muito
preciso
legal.
praticar. Yeah. É legal, sim. Sim. Yeah.
Okay,
Very
Robert.
fun.
I mean, from my side, I'm really done. I mean, we don't want to have her the whole afternoon. Well, morning for you probably. What's the time? Is it like 11 there for you?
Yeah, it's pretty early still. It's 11:20.
11:20. Nice.
Yeah.
So, Robert, if you want to make the last question, it's fine. I'm really so happy about everything we talked
Yeah,
about.
will you send a message to our audience? I guess the most people that are going to watch you are Spanish people. So, would you love to say something, or for sure, where can we saw you? Where can we watch you? In your social media, Instagram, YouTube, etc. But especially a message you wanna spread for the people.
Yeah, just keep playing pinball, keep getting involved, and the community's growing, and find ways to connect with people to just bring more pinball into your life, whether it's through watching YouTube channels or traveling and finding other people. And there's a lot of really great pinball events to attend. So yeah, I'd say keep flipping. And yeah, you can find me on YouTube as Erika from Erika's Pinball Journey. And then I'm also on Instagram and Facebook.
Nice.
Again, one last thing. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Really, really thank you. We can say thank you so much times we really appreciate you here. And we'll see you around. I'll tell you when everything is done. And I'm going to change to Spanish to say bye to our colleagues and also to Oscar.
Muchas
Thank you very
gracias.
much.
Thank you, Erika.
Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Y bueno, ya lo habéis visto, una gran entrevista. Ya es Erika's Pinball Journey. No paréis a disfrutarlo. Ya tenéis al otro lado a Oscar. Pronto estaremos por aquí porque tenemos muchos vídeos detrás en la recámara. Ya sabéis que pronto nos veremos en Interazar al final de mes, 28-29 de abril. Y por allí estaremos, ¿no, Oscar?
Estaremos, habrá novedades, visita a Madrid, que comparado con lo que comentaba Erika de desplazarse horas y horas, es como, hombre, no es que está aquí al lado, pero es mucho más asequible, desde luego, y con ganas de estar allí, ver lo que se presente y de verte, Robert, que no olvidemos que tú estás en Madrid o en Barcelona y nos vemos aquí, prácticamente en el canal. O sea que...
Perfecto. Pues muchas gracias a todos. Muchas gracias, Erika. Thank you very much. Gracias, Oscar. Muchas gracias a todos. Esto es Pincasters y nos vemos pronto. Gracias.